You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Live. Well, it looks like we can officially count out one team that we thought was heavily back in on the DeShaun Watson train. Well, today the Carolina Panthers have come out and said, we're not interested. This is not going to happen. It had been reported in the last several days, not only were the Panthers back in, but they were back in heavy on DeShaun. Some of that may have been true based on the fact that Sam Darnold has been a complete dumpster fire for 3 weeks in a row after what looked like a pretty good start. But the Panthers have come out and said, we are officially out on DeShaun Watson. Not expected to trade for DeShaun Watson. The Carolina Panthers are out of the DeShaun Watson sweepstakes, according to Kevin Patra of NFL.com, who heavily cited the NFL Network's Ian Rappaport. The NFC South team will not be pursuing the Houston Texans' 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback. The only team for which Watson has waived his no-trade clause is the Miami Dolphins, and they may be the only team in the running as November 2nd's trade deadline approaches. Arguably, the biggest complication to executing a trade is DeShaun Watson's off-field issues. The possibility is a team could give up a franchise quarterback's ransom, and his off-field issues land him on the commissioner's exempt list or a lengthy suspension. Well, the league has come out and said, as of right now, and this is pretty interesting considering there maybe the league knows a trade is about to happen, so they felt like they had to make a comment. But the league is saying, as of right now, they don't have enough information to put DeShaun Watson on the exempt list. Well, that leads me to wonder, why have you been dragging your feet? Do they feel like they can't get it done because of the WFT investigation? That doesn't make sense. It seems to me like the league should be big enough to get into both issues. Now, Tua has come out and he has said, I don't not feel wanted. Very odd comment from Tua, the way he said it. When I first read it, I thought he was coming out and saying, I don't feel wanted by the Dolphins. But that's not technically what he said. He said, I don't not feel wanted. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Tua dropped 4 touchdowns the other day. The problem is he threw a back-breaking pick, too. I've said before, I think the jury could still be out on Tua for a couple of reasons. Now, number one, I'm going to tell you, I cannot stand Tua's release, okay? To me, it's too long. It's too drawn out. It takes too long for him to get it out. Get the ball out. That can be a major problem in the NFL. However, if you go look at his actual statistics, they're not too bad. And the other thing was he got drafted, and then, of course, the pandemic was going. No rookie minicamps, no minicamps, no training camp last year, and no preseason games, and a bad hip. The kid had a lot of things going against him going into last season, with that hip maybe being the biggest thing. And I think it's interesting that he had come out and said, I didn't fully know the offensive playbook. I don't know if that's got anything to do with the lack of camps, lack of preseason, lack of mini camps, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, they were doing some Zoom stuff and all that, but he was getting no reps, no actual reps. Okay, so I can't imagine that would be good. The problem is, for Tua, Justin Herbert. I mean, the Dolphins look terrible right now because he looks like a total badass, okay? He looks like a guy that is absolutely a franchise quarterback and maybe a superstar by the end of this season or the end of next season. So that makes everything, the magnifying glass on the Miami Dolphins look even bigger, and may explain why they're freaking out trying to get DeShaun Watson right now, when I can't imagine why anybody wants to trade for him under the circumstances. It's crazy to me. There's been reports Tua could go to the Washington football team. Tua could go to the Denver Broncos. But there's also been reports that the Texans don't want Tua. Which is odd because that's the team that Watson may get traded to. So it may be a 3-team situation. The problem for the Texans, now they can't balance another team off of Miami to try to maintain the trade value of Watson under the circumstances. But if the league's not going to put him on the commissioner's exempt list, which I think is a terrible look for the NFL, by the way, under the circumstances, I cannot believe you would let this guy go out, take the field with all this hanging over his head. Publicly, perception-wise, I think it looks terrible. Number one, I mean, it's shocking to me that any fan base wants this guy. Like I've said before, I tend to expect more from a franchise quarterback and his decision-making off the field. This guy is terrible, okay? It's terrible. I understand he's very talented. When I did my ranks for quarterback going into this season, had he not been in trouble, DeShaun would have probably been like number 7 or 8 in the entire league. I get it. He's a hell of a franchise quarterback from a physical and talent and actual statistical perspective. I get that. But, God, you got to make good decisions, right? Good decisions, okay, for you and your club on and off the field. It's a thing. I don't know. So, the Panthers are out. The Panthers are out, and Tua made those weird comments, and it's like he absolutely knows I'm out of here. I'm out of Miami. So we'll see what happens. November 2nd is steamrolling here. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.